suspected as much.
Did we get it?
For a long time now, and I cannot deny it any longer. I've been so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that every time one of you sinned, it wore away my hope of being with her again. In time, I began to despise your kind for making her believe that you could ever be better than you are. But my rage was not born of malice. Quite the opposite. Everything I have done because I loved her. Who knew this empathy of yours, which you celebrate so much, could have such a dark underside? This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon
Silver tongue achievement.
Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend.
Why can't we go to Elysium?
Because doing so would violate the rules of my sacred agreement with Jupiter, and you would receive a hostile reception. The best I can do is return you to the land of the living.
Let's
I
go.
will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest.
Why?
Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created.
There's the paradox.
What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time.
Yeah,
Now, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Farewell, mortal.
Those last couple of conversations were tough. And I really found it, the conversation with the hermit philosopher, it was really good because it really put your head in that that frame of reference. That it kind of engages your brain to think outside the box more so than any of the conversations with the Romans. And then it steadily increased in difficulty. It was good. It was good. Alworth, there he is.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Alworth, I came in here to find you.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Dave.
Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years. Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold.
So Galerius was the leader for a while, I guess?
Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a dying woman,
that was
foiling
us.
an assassination attempt, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to him. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus.
There you go.
Because the next thing he knew, the ground shook, and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him, and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
Actually, that was me. That sounds a bit far-fetched. These Romans are crazy. He's not going to accept the first one, because that's crazy. The last one, he's just going to laugh it off. Maybe the second one.
I don't know, it reads like an earnest account to me. Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
I'm right behind you. Oh. Turn to the river. This is the... I can't remember the river's name, but it was mentioned at the start.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else is ever lured into this temple.
Tiber, that's it, yes. Good idea.
You go on ahead, and I'll be there soon.
Freedom! The aliens have left us alone. Is that Karen? It is Karen.
You're back. But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al?
I found him. He'll be here in a moment.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
Is she Persephone then? Because Karen said that the hooded figure said she didn't have any memory of taking us. Because we traveled back in time. Okay. I discovered the ruins of an ancient underground city.
Really? Sounds amazing. And did you... Oh, look. Here he comes. Al, it's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a god and undid an ancient curse.
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Yeah. But doesn't she ferry people? Dead people? Are we dead? Apparently not. 1 year later. She would have talked a bit more if you chose the other dialogue options before. Oh, really? Okay. I wanted to hide the fact that what we did, I don't...
Hey, you made it.
She
Great to
brought
see
us
you
back to life.
I read
Okay.
your book and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you. I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you.
Picture of us or something. His name was Dave. They'll say his name was Dave or something. Ancient Roman statue of an unknown man. Inscrutable pose. One hand seems to welcome, the other one warns. Galerius?
You're finally here. Remember me?
What are you doing here?
Crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours.
Oh.
Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance.
Ah. What are you doing yourself?
Oh, I used Charon's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I know! I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there.
Oh, I'd love that. Count me in. It's good to see you again.
There's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you. So you better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
Oh, hello.
It's Dooley!
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. Galerius told me all about you.
She has the most generic sounding computer voice. You know, like if I was watching Star Trek or something, she would fit perfectly as the AI. Like someone should cast this woman who did the voice acting as AI.
So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work. I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
What are you doing yourself?
Galerius and I are engaged.
Yeah, we just talked to him.
Expecting. We've just bought a lovely
Yeah.
villa. It feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us. For all of us.
How's Livia?
Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself.
I'll do that.
See you at the wedding, I hope.
All right, Dooley.
Hello. I'm Dooley. Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank
Why
you
does
for
it say
the house to the
speed on
back.
his...
I didn't know.
What are you doing yourself?
I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth.
I'm sorry you never found your treasure.
Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box now. Galerius got me a box that tells stories. It's my favourite thing.
I'm glad you're happy.
Bye-bye.
It is speed.
There he is.
It's you.
Yeah, we just talked to you. Lanarium, a small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers.
Oh, hello.
Julia.
You're the Oracle, right?
No. No.
Oh, of course. Sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me and all
I like
of
how
us out of a terrible
In this shot, you can
situation.
just see right up there is just a penis. Statues. What are you doing with yourself?
Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire
Yeah.
ever was. Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed? And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to
Good
see
for
and
you.
learn and write about.
Sounds
I
wonderful.
have noticed people from your time have no idea how fortunate they are. I hope to
Did you
change
clip that?
One day.
Did that break? That work?
Of course, getting me and all
Look at it. Just my eyes are just like, look right up at the cock. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Nice. Thank you, Furbo. Whatever happened to Malleolus and Claudia?
Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital. As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of...
Schadenfreude, nice.
Schadenfreude?
How does she know? How does she... We've only been back for like... Oh no, it's been a year, right? It's been a year, no, yeah. I think you're allowed to feel that way, yeah.
You're very kind.
What happened to Aurelia?
Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now. Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently, he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... What was it? Nigeria?
I knew she was going to say that.
People have all the luck.
Don't worry, something tells me she's going to get what she deserves. As the Oracle, I foresee terrible disappointment in her future.
Well, you are the Oracle, so I suppose I'll take your word for it. I feel better already. Thank you.
Brilliant. Good to see you.
Too. If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there.
I'll take you up on that.
I hope so.
It's good, isn't it? The real world references are good, yeah.
Hey.
Horatius.
Hi there, I'm Horatius.
Hi, Horatius.
I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life, and reuniting Scintilla with us as well. So, thank you.
What are you doing yourself? He's obviously in the army.
I'm studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day. The world's changed a lot, but some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
Clever. What happened to Metius?
He's not my... Oh, I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC.
The UFC.
So he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
That's a shame.
Perhaps.
It's good to see you again.
And you. Farewell.
Bit of a cagey conversation. Scintilla. Is she upset that she's not... She's not like the... She's upset that she's not the magistrate's daughter anymore?
Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. You know what? The important thing is, we'll never see him again.
What are you doing yourself?
Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians everywhere.
Nice.
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell.
No way.
Losing his mind until the end of time. Eternal torment. Just what he deserves.
No one deserves that. No one deserves that.
Meh, I try not to think about him at all.
Good to see
Me
you.
too. See you around.
Lucretia.
You are here. It's nice to finally meet you.
What was her profession? She wasn't she wasn't a doctor. I can't remember what she said she did.
Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile. If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear
I think she was like a...
them off. So
I don't remember. What are you doing with yourself?
I'm studying to get into medical school.
Oh, there you
As
go.
much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time.
It's good to see you.
You too. Don't be a stranger.
Oh. Oh my god, look at how many people there are.
Hello.
Georgius Fabia. The hermit philosopher.
Some soiree, innit?
Decius. Look how elegant he looks.
You must be the legendary Oracle. It is a sincere
Oracle.
privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius.
Good to see
I
you.
am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that I am most grateful.
What are you doing yourself?
I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps
Is it?
one day, once
Greece didn't do
all of
too well,
Greece
I don't
and
think.
some of her delights,